Welcome to today's video where we dive into the essential role of PR agencies in running successful election campaigns. You know, those times when politicians suddenly morph into relatable folks who understand the struggles of everyday people? Yeah, PR agencies are like the fairy godmothers of those transformations. Except instead of turning pumpkins into carriages, they turn bland policy points into captivating narratives. Let's explore how these agencies shape the narrative and ensure a candidate's message resonates with the public. Because in the world of politics, perception is reality, and nobody understands how to shape perception better than a savvy PR team. Have you ever noticed how politicians suddenly transform during campaigns? Like, one minute they're awkwardly eating a corn dog for a photo op, and the next they're practically quoting Nelson Mandela in their sleep. That's the magic of PR agencies. They take your average everyday politician and polish them up, highlighting their strengths, downplaying their weaknesses, and crafting an image that screams, "Vote for me, I'm just like you." They're like the political equivalent of those makeover shows, except instead of new clothes and a haircut, it's a carefully curated persona designed to appeal to the masses. And it's not just about looking good in a suit or knowing how to hold a baby for a photo op. These agencies dig deep, crafting a narrative that resonates with voters on a personal level. They uncover those heartwarming anecdotes, those relatable struggles, those moments that make the candidate seem less like a politician and more like your friendly neighborhood. Well, you get the idea. It's about connecting with voters on an emotional level, making them feel like the candidate understands their hopes, dreams, and anxieties. Remember those epic campaign rallies with roaring crowds, catchy slogans, and enough confetti to make it rain glitter for a week? Yeah, that's not an accident. That's the work of PR agencies, the masterminds behind the scenes who turn political gatherings into unforgettable spectacles. They're like the event planners from heaven, except instead of weddings and birthday parties, they're organizing rallies that feel more like rock concerts. Think about it, the booming sound systems, the perfectly timed balloon drops, the strategic lighting that makes the candidate glow like they've got their own personal halo. It's all carefully orchestrated to create an atmosphere of excitement, energy, and dare I say hope, because nothing says I'm electable like a crowd of thousands cheering your name. You know those catchy slogans politicians keep repeating, the ones that get stuck in your head like that annoying jingle from a commercial you can't quite place? Well, those aren't accidental either. That's the work of PR agencies, the wordsmiths of the political world. They know that in a world saturated with information, you need a message that's short, sharp, and impossible to forget. Think of it like this. If a politician's policies were a 5-course meal, the slogan would be the amuse-bouche. The tiny, bite-sized teaser that whets your appetite and leaves you wanting more. It's about distilling complex ideas into easily digestible sound bites that resonate with voters on an emotional level. In the world of politics, perception is everything, and nobody understands the power of perception better than a PR agency. These are the folks who make sure the candidate looks good in the press, whether it's scoring a flattering interview on a major news network or spinning a negative story into a testament to their resilience. Think of them as the Olivia Pope of politics, except instead of fixing scandals, they're preventing them from happening in the first place, or at least trying to. They're the ones crafting those perfectly worded press releases, the ones coaching the candidate on how to handle those tough questions from journalists, the ones working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure the candidate's message is heard above the noise. It's a high-stakes game of shaping public opinion, and PR agencies are the masters of the spin. Gone are the days when shaking hands and kissing babies was enough to win an election. In today's digital age, you've got to conquer the online world, and that's where PR agencies come in. They're the digital gurus, the social media ninjas, the ones who know how to make a candidate go viral for all the right reasons, of course. Think about it, those witty tweets that make you chuckle, those heartwarming Instagram stories that give you a glimpse into the candidate's real life, those Facebook ads that seem to know exactly what you're thinking. It's all part of a carefully crafted digital strategy designed to reach voters where they live, online. Let's face it, In politics, scandals are as inevitable as awkward handshakes and poorly timed photo ops. But when disaster strikes, PR agencies are the ones who swoop in to save the day, armed with carefully crafted statements, strategic apologies, and enough damage control to make your head spin. They're like the political equivalent of firefighters, except instead of putting out actual fires, they're extinguishing PR nightmares before they burn the whole campaign to the ground. Whether it's a controversial statement that's taken out of context or a scandal that threatens to derail the entire campaign, PR agencies are the ones who step in to clean up the mess. They're the ones who draft those carefully worded apologies, the ones who spin the narrative to focus on the positive, the ones who work tirelessly to restore the candidate's reputation. In today's fast-paced media landscape, you've got to keep the content flowing, and that's where PR agencies come in. They're the content creators, the storytellers, the ones who make sure the candidate's message is heard above the noise. Think of them as the Netflix of politics, constantly churning out fresh content to keep voters engaged. From speeches that move the soul to blog posts that explain complex policies in simple terms, they're the ones crafting the narrative, shaping the conversation, and ensuring that the candidate remains front and center in the minds of voters. You can't win an election without knowing what the voters are thinking, and that's where PR agencies come in. They're the pollsters, the data analysts, the ones who take the pulse of the electorate and figure out what makes them tick. Think of them as the political equivalent of those friends who always seem to know what you're thinking before you even say it. They're the ones conducting those polls, analyzing those focus groups, and crunching those numbers to figure out what issues resonate with voters, what messages are landing, and what needs to change. It's about understanding the hopes, fears, and aspirations of the electorate, and tailoring the campaign message to address those concerns. In politics, it's not always about what you know, it's about who you know. And PR agencies are the ultimate networkers, the connectors, the ones who can work a room like nobody's business. They're the ones building bridges with key influencers, community leaders, and potential allies, expanding the candidate's reach and building a coalition for victory. Think of them as the social butterflies of the political world, flitting from one event to the next, making connections, building relationships, and ensuring that the candidate has the support of the people who matter most. And there you have it, the indispensable role of PR agencies in election campaigns. From crafting the candidate's image to managing crises, these agencies ensure a smooth and effective campaign. They're the strategists, the storytellers, the spin doctors, and the digital gurus, all rolled into one. So the next time you watch a political campaign unfold, remember the unseen forces working behind the scenes, shaping the narrative, influencing opinions, and ultimately determining the outcome of the election. Because in the world of politics, it's not always about who has the best policies, it's about who has the best PR team.